Good evening. This is All India Radio, Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines. Seventh session of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly adjourned Sanadai. Chief Minister Nipirio says budget discussion was healthy and fruitful and would directly benefit the people. Leader of Opposition Tia Zeliang terms the budget 2021-22 as contract-oriented budget with no programs to ease hardships of the common man. And Kohima makes it to the top 25 cities in India in the Nurturing Neighbourhoods Challenge. The seventh session of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly was adjourned Sanadai today by Speaker Sharinkin Longkama ahead of schedule. This session of the Assembly was adjourned after having just 5 sittings. Today the House was adjourned after passing 4 bills and demands for grants for 2021-22, laying of 19 annual administrative reports, 6 Assembly Committee reports and presentation of Comptroller and Auditor General of India reports. The session, which commenced on 12th of this month, witnessed Governor's address, adoption of resolution on Indo-Naga political issue, discussion on SARFACI, discussion on power reforms in Nagaland, discussion on Naga political issue, road condition along Batkai Bridge to Kokidalong, presentation of budget for the year 2021-22, laying of government rules and annual administrative reports of various departments, among others. Leader of the House and Chief Minister Nipirio today said that the Nagaland Legislative Assembly has a tradition and history of upholding the parliamentary principles. He said the present and past members have always exemplified the highest standard of decorum and discipline and reflected a positive image of the House and the Naga people as well as to the rest of the country. Rio said all deliberations and discussions undertaken in the House has been fruitful and expressed hope that the citizens of the state will be the direct beneficiaries of the proceedings of the House. Terming that NLA is the highest temple of democracy in the state, Rio said it is the responsibility of each and every member to constantly keep in mind that they reflect the inspiration and feelings of the people. Stating that the House is indeed the voice of our people, the Chief Minister called upon the members of the House to continue to uphold the desire of the people whom they represent. He also said Nagaland political issue remains the top agenda among the members, which was positively discussed and adopted 4-point resolutions unanimously. Extending his appreciation to the members of the opposition bench, he said a resolution reflects the desire and inspiration of the Naga people and uphold the democratic rights of the Nagas. Rio said inclusive agreement should encompass all Nagas so that solution is long-lasting and that mistakes of history are not repeated. The Chief Minister further reiterated the call for the negotiating parties for an early and honourable inclusive solution and also urged the stakeholders to constantly strive towards unity and oneness. Leader of Opposition Tia Zeliang today termed the budget 2021-22 as contract-oriented budget. Participating in a budget discussion, he said the budget presentation by Chief Minister and Ministry in charge of Finance, Nipirio, is a construction budget focused only on construction of infrastructures for various government departments. Zeliang said the budget is hollow, bereft of innovation and contains no plans and programs to ease the hardship of the common man during a time when the state economy has been ravaged by the COVID-19 pandemic. He said though Nagaland has the second highest debt in the country as per the 15th Finance Commission, the state government has no plan to solve the matter anytime soon. Zeliang acknowledged that COVID-19 pandemic has created a big hindrance for the state financially. However, he said to put the entire blame on the pandemic despite assistance from the central government is unfortunate. The Leader of Opposition said the budget 2021-22 has no provision to ease the problem faced by the unemployed educated youths. He also lamented that Rio's speech made no mention of utilization of funds received to fight COVID-19, and there is little mention of assistance that government plans to provide to help rehabilitation. Zeliang said Rio made no mention of Kohima Smart City project besides Japan International Cooperation Project. He also pointed out that the budget speech has no report of the receipt and the expenditure on fuel price hike in the guise of COVID cess and the 15% pro rata cuts under known development plan and from the development outlay of various departments. On the issue of SARFAESI Act, Zeliang requested the Chief Minister to direct the Chief Secretary to issue a notification to maintain status quo. On the Naga political issue, Zeliang requested the Leader of the House to seek the opinion of his colleagues in the Treasury bench and decide on the proposal of opposition bench to constitute a joint parliamentary committee represented by all the legislative parties of the House, including the two MPs. Kohima has made it to the top 25 cities in India in the Nurturing Neighborhoods Challenge. The list of selected cities was announced by Smart Cities Mission Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs in collaboration with the Bernard Van Leer Foundation and technical partner World Resource Institute, India. CEO of Kohima Smart City Development Limited, Kohima, in a press release today said, the achievement is a small victory for Kohima City and a big moral boost for the Kohima Smart City team. He said that the challenge is a 3-year initiative aimed at supporting early childhood-friendly neighborhoods under the government's Smart Cities mission. Mayase said Kohima is selected from among 63 cities from across India, proposing neighborhood-level pilot projects in public space, mobility, and access to services to enhance the physical and psychological health of young children and their caregivers. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said the new education policy is a major step towards Atmanirbhar Bharat and it gives strength to research and innovation. Modi was addressing the convocation ceremony of Viswa Bharati University through video conferencing. Modi said many people who are spreading terror and violence across the world are also highly educated, highly skilled. On the other hand, there are educated people who are risking their lives and stationed at hospitals and labs to save people from a pandemic like COVID-19. It is not about ideology but a mindset, he asserted. Prime Minister said, what one does depends upon whether the mindset is positive or negative. There is scope for both of them. The path is open for both of them. It is in our hands to decide if we want to be a part of the problem or the solution, he said. The Prime Minister said knowledge and power come with lots of responsibility and called upon the students to strive to maintain unity in diversity. No COVID-19 positive case was reported from Nagaland today. State Health and Family Welfare Minister S. Pangapom in a tweet said total positive case detected in the state remains at 12,919. Pangyo said 9 positive patients also recovered from Kohima, taking the total recovery to 11,928. With this, the total active case has dropped to 20. Angami Youth Organization Ayo said that as part of the Sekreni Festival 2021, the organization will be carrying out a cleanliness drive in Kohima town next Monday from 7 a.m. till 10 a.m. Ayo in a release said the cleanliness drive will be carried out in collaboration with the Kohima Municipal Council and Kohima Chamber of Commerce and Industries from Liredo High School area, from DCB Gate to Baramedical Colony. Youth volunteers and officials from all the 4 Angami ranges will also take part in the cleanliness drive. Meanwhile, Ayo requested all the shopkeepers along the stretch of Kohima town to clean their respective shops and adjacent areas. And as the nation fights COVID-19 pandemic, let us all remember to stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, wash hands frequently with soap and water, or use hand sanitizer, and follow social distancing norms. And now to end the news, here are the main points again. 7th session of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly adjourned Sanadai. Chief Minister Nipirio says budget discussion was healthy and fruitful and would directly benefit the people. Leader of Opposition D.R. Zeliang terms the budget 2021-22 as contract-oriented budget with no programs to ease the hardships of common man. And Kohima makes it to the top 25 cities in India in Nurturing Neighborhoods Challenge. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.